Hi everyone, I'm DaisyBits. Welcome to Digital A Love Story. This is this game's really special to me. And while on the channel, we play this maybe not every year, but we've done it multiple times in the past. It's always nice to come back to it and revisit it, and I wanted to have a new playthrough that's updated, better equipment, better audio, and with me. Hi. So, if you don't know, this is I don't really see any reason to explain the game. It will explain itself. But it's a short game. It's only a few hours. And I just think it's really nice and cozy. And even though it's not a Christmas game, I do think of it as a winter game. I don't know if we know when the game takes place or not, other than 1988. But it gives me cozy vibes. It's cool and blue, and that already puts me in this chilly winter headspace. But then also, well, it's a love story, and I don't know. Okay. Let's start. What's your screen name? Now, I always go with Case because I'm a big dork. But let's go with Daisy. What's your real name? Don't worry, this information won't be shared. What's your last name? We'll go with Bits, as silly as that is. And I'm going to immediately turn off the music because sometimes it gets copyright struck. I don't know about Brother Android or not, but some of it does. So put in your own cozy tunes and enjoy. Okay, messages. Welcome to your new Amy. Let's take a look. Message from system. Congratulations! You've got your brand new Amy workbench up and running. Here are a few things you might need to know to get started. To close a window, click the square icon in the top left. Downloaded applications appear on your desktop. Click their icons to open them. To save your system state or load a previous one, just click the disk icon at the top of the screen. To adjust the volume, display mode, change personal information, or shut down your computer, click the pinwheel icon at the top of your screen. We hope you enjoy your new computer, Amy Microsystems 1988. Using your new modem, Mr. Wong. Message from Mr. Wong. Hey Daisy, it's me. So you have your computer set up. I thought for Mr. Bits' kid, it's funny, I throw in a little something extra. There's a dialer for your modem attached to this message. If you plug it into the phone line, you can use it to dial BBSs. Just make sure not to run up your dad's phone bill with the long-distance calls, okay? Here's a local BBS I recommend looking at, 698-5519. Enjoy! George Wong, Wong Computers. So we click on this, and it downloads. Okay, so we don't have our notepad yet, but eventually we'll get one. Until then, 698-5519. Let's give it a shot. 698-5519. I hope you're ready. Oh, the dialer is under me. It's down here. It just looks like a phone. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't close my messages. Let's do that. Okay. BBS, Lake City Local, 24 hours a day. Cool. Please enter your password or type new for a new account. New. Please enter what you'd like your password to be. Password. It's 1988, everybody. That's all of our passwords. I don't know if that's true or not. Thank you for registering. I should have just made it God to just double down on the references. Messages. The BBS FAQ by Orfeo. Message from Orfeo. 1. What is a BBS? Why, that's an awfully dumb question. In case you couldn't tell, you're on one right now. A BBS is short for Bulletin Board System, where people come together online to post messages, share software, download text files, hold debates, and more. Let's just save this so we can save all these messages so that we can view them when offline. First poem by Amelia. You wrote me a love letter, promising that every word is true. But I'm confused by the signature, so remind me, who are you? Is it any good? It's the first time I've ever written a poem before, so be brutally honest, please. I'd really like to understand poetry better. I forgot, we can reply. So let's send a reply, and I don't think... Oh, I did reply to Orpheus. I just did it on instinct. I completely didn't even think about it. Okay. Message downloaded, and computer viruses by Blue Sky. Message from Blue Sky. The first computer virus appeared on ARPANET back in the 70s, called The Creeper. It traveled across every open system on the network it could connect to, spawned a copy of itself, and dumped the phrase, "I'm the Creeper, catch me if you can," to the screen. Eventually, a program called The Reaper was developed to clear that infection. It worked in the exact same way, spreading like a virus across every available system on the network, self-replicated, and deleted the Creeper wherever it could be found. Interesting. So, the implication is that we're actually typing some kind of reply before we hit send, but we don't know what we said because, yeah, so. Well, that's all we can do here, but I think if we go to send PMs, there might be? Yes, okay. So, this is something I didn't really realize the first time running it, and honestly, I think it's kind of more immersive to not exploit this too much, but anytime you change, like, tabs in a BBS window, it will check to see if you have any messages have been sent to you, which can be a bit weird, because there's only, like, 2 lines, but, you know, just play along. New private messages have downloaded. Let's take a look at our private messages. Boop. Okay. Lake City local registration. That's this one. Thank you. It's case. Your password is a password. Beautiful. Then, re-computer viruses. Blue Sky. Message from Blue Sky. No, not at all. ARPANET's basically a big government computer network, also called the Internet. Well, it used to be military anyway, and it was back in the 70s. Now the military has a separate network, Milnet, and the ARPANET/Internet is just government researchers and college computers. Right now, it's just a couple hundred nodes, with maybe a few thousand people accessing it in total, but it's growing way faster than most give it credit for, especially now it's opening to commerce. By 1998, there'll probably be thousands of computers on it. It's pretty neat stuff, really. And then Amelia, first poem. Message from Amelia. I do suppose you're right. Thanks, I appreciate your directness. I'll have to keep that in mind for my next attempt. To tell you the truth, I'm really glad you replied. Nobody else really had anything worthwhile to say. Just some compliments that were obviously false, and asking if I really was a girl. Why would anyone ask a question like that? But you seem nice, Case, and much better than that. Thank you. You're welcome. So yeah, there's nothing else really to do except for, like, disconnect and then redial the same node, so I'm not going to bother doing that. I'm just going to head back to messages and see if we got some more replies, which we did. In fact, there's some more posts even, so let's take a look at those before we look at our replies. Computer viruses 2, Blue Sky. Message from Blue Sky. Viruses didn't really hit the big time until they left the networks, and in 1981, a virus infecting floppy disks was released into the wild, slowly letting itself be passed around disk by disk. Now anyone with an Apple II could be a target. But it wasn't until last year in late 1987 that a virus that actually destroyed data was discovered on a closed network. Is it only a matter of time before destructive viruses spread to the general public? Only time can tell, but this scary prospect is all too possible. Download that. Lack of downloads, Figaro. Message from Figaro. Well, Lake City Local isn't really about the wares or hacking or... Oh, this is a reply to someone else's... Okay. Regarding lack of downloads. Got it. Well, Lake City Local isn't really about the wares or hacking or any other illegal stuff. You know, the sysop here doesn't really want to get himself arrested or anything. You could always check out the Matrix at 220-7683. That's where I always go anyway. 220-7683. Have to remember that. It's a new place we can go. This is why this game always feels more like an adventure game to me. You're just like discovering new places you can go, and then you go to like a different town and talk to different people, and I don't know. It's just sort of the way my brain parses it. Message from Orfeo. The BBS FAQ 2. How many people are on a BBS? Well, that varies depending on which you're on. It can be anywhere from dozens to over 100 users. Some will only allow one person to dial in at a single time. Others have as many as 10 phone lines, letting many people stay online at once. Some are even further connected to bigger networks like FidoNet or the internet, connecting thousands of BBSs together, all across the entire world. Cool. I'm just going to double check 220-7683. Let's go there. Yes. 220-7683. Is that what it was? Welcome to the Matrix. Nice. The Fin. No subscription, no download cap. Codes, files, and maybe a little something else, because information wants to be free. Please enter a new password, or say new. And that will be password. Thank you for registering. Okay. Messages. PC load letter. Rocky. Rocky. So, of course you're up late at the office working on that important TPS report that you need done for the meeting tomorrow morning. It's hours after closing now, and you finally finish. So triumphantly, you send it to your brand shiny new LaserJet printer, only to be greeted with the following piece of inexplicability. PC load letter. Well, now you don't have to spend hours figuring out what the fuck's going on. PC is short for print cartridge, specifically referring to the letter size. In other words, put in more paper. Cool. VRAM overflow. Message from Rocky. VRAM overflow? What the fuck does that even mean? The lament of your average Amy user. The problem lies in Amy's memory management, thanks to a bug that shipped in all pre-August 1988 versions of Workbench. Any malicious or even poorly programmed application can make your Amy's frame buffer perpetually load itself with garbage data, rendering your computer nigh unusable. The only real solution is to upgrade, unfortunately. Boop. And STD... okay, what? Figaro. Message from Figaro. Every time I try to build something with... no matter what I do, even the simplest program, it always throws the error incompatible types in assignment at line 322. What the hell is going on here? Does Amy C just plain old ship broken or what? I don't know. You tell me. Okay. Now I could probably toggle back and forth a few times and get some messages, but I'm just going to go back to the previous one. And, oh, right, we did download these. I forgot we downloaded these. Let me take a look. Self-confidence. Oh, I know exactly what you mean. I really do feel the same way. All the time, you know. A lot of hackers have this very strong sense of self-identity, and I'm very envious of that. They're certain of things, and I've learned very quickly not to be certain of anything. But I wish I could be. Does that make sense to you? Boop. And the Matrix registration. Right, of course. That makes sense. Alright, well, I think those replies won't get sent until we connect to the database, or the BBS, because that doesn't really make sense otherwise. 698-5519. 698-5519. 698-5519. A lot of cars outside tonight. Okay. Log in. Please enter your password. It's funny that it doesn't ask me. Oh, new private message is downloaded. Okay. And we'll go to messages. The next generation, Tiberius. Message from Tiberius. What is up with this load of crap? I don't even know where to begin. This bald guy is just terrible, plain and simple. Come on, all I'm saying is a real captain would have just hit the omnipotent guy the moment he stepped foot on his bridge instead of trying to talk it out. This is the military, for crying out loud. Maybe it could be good if only he got rid of that dumb kid on the bridge and learned to start solving problems by punching them in the face, then in the gut, then hitting them over the back with both hands. Reply. Okay, let's take a look at this message that, Amelia got back to us. Recryptic. Oh. Did I? So this is actually a fun little thing you can do, is that even though you don't know what you wrote, the last thing that Amelia said to us was re-self-confidence. Right? We're not doing like a back and forth forever. Instead, when I reply, I guess I've changed the subject line to cryptic. Like, you're being cryptic, so we don't know what we said, but we know the sort of the tone. It's pretty clever. Okay, cryptic. Message from Amelia. Cryptic? I suppose so. I'm sorry. It's just that I'm in a very awkward position. It's sort of hard to talk about. You'll have to forgive me for dancing around my problems, but it's just complicated. I'm sorry. Can you live with that? Alright, so again, I'm going to do some bouncing back. Oh, there's a new one immediately. I didn't even have to refresh the page, or was that there and I just didn't notice? Okay. Message from Orfeo. The BBS FAQ 3. How does it all actually work? Well, BBS itself is a computer run by the almighty sysop. It's connected to one or more phone lines waiting on calls. Then, when a user dials in, they log into the BBS software and leave messages, either to the public echo or sent privately. Of course, private is actually a misnomer. The sysop is able to read any message. Some do, some don't. Be careful what you say. Cool. So yeah, we could go leave this, go to the next BBS, look at that son, leave that, come back here. But I'm going to save your ears from all the dialing and just go back and forth until we stop receiving private messages. Cryptic and also the next generation. Okay. Message from Amelia. Okay, thank you so much. I knew you'd understand. You're a really good person. I just want you to know that. Thanks, Amelia. What did Tiberius say? Whatever, man. You're stupid. Yeah. Alright, I guess that's it for now. Let's head to the next place. And once again, I still don't remember 220-7683. 220-7683. 220-7683. Go. The Matrix. Okay. Log in. My password is password. Very good. New private messages. Let's take a look at those. Help! RAM overflow. Rocky. It sucks, doesn't it? Don't worry. I've attached the most recent version of Amy Workbench for you. Just download that and reboot. It'll fix the bug for you entirely. Well, I don't... So, here's like a weird little... In my brain, this feels almost sequence breaking. It's not actually, but like, again, I've played this game a bunch of times. I know what's going on. But the implication is that we sent a message to Rocky saying, hey, you were talking about RAM overflow. I'm dealing with that. Can you help me out? And we're not dealing with that. So it's kind of weird that we would ask for that information. But either way, we can download this. We might as well. Thanks, Rocky. I guess maybe we know that our Amy is what did you say it was? Pre-August? There it is. Pre-August 1988. So maybe we just know we have a pre-August 1988 Amy. So we're like just being safe. I don't know. Anyway, let's take a look at new messages. Ni hao, bitches. Rain breeze. Let's face it. Wait. Let's face you. You better learn a fucking second language, and it better be Japanese. America's lost it. Our day in the limelight is past. Buy a Japanese car? Oh wait, you already did. Get a Sony television and hold on to your Amy tight, because the next one you'll buy will be made by NEC. It's inevitable. The future belongs to the land of the rising sun. Porn cartoons, bullet trains, samurai, and all that shit. It's the future, man. I hope you're gonna be able to speak the language. Reply. Okay. And Notepad Amy, Ward. It's not a word processor. It doesn't save in different files. This notepad is meant for a real online power user and uses tabs to keep track of everything you need. Phone numbers, codes, and your passwords. Thank you, Ward. Alright. We'll just check to see if there's any new messages before we leave. Okay. Let's take a look. Notepad. Sorry, man. I don't know. I found it posted anonymously. I guess we asked who originally posted it. And Rainbreeze got back to us. Yeah, of course I knew that. What kind of idiot do you take me for, man? Get with it. Uh-huh. Okay. We're disconnected. So now we can open our notepad. And it got our numbers over here, so that's nice. Now I don't have to remember or check right beforehand. 698-5519. Oh, I didn't think about that. Oh, well, that's not a big deal. You might notice that I'll be taking my scarf on and off every once in a while. Oops. It is what it is. I don't know. Sometimes it gets hot, I guess. Okay. Log in. Password. I should have chose a shorter password. Messages. Tell me, Amelia. I've been talking too much. I know. I'm sorry. Make me feel better about being so self-centered by telling me about yourself, okay? How are you doing? Aw. Reply. Okay. Message. Oh. They got back to us fast. Okay. Message from Amelia. No, I didn't know at all. I try not to make assumptions about anyone. It's silly, don't you think? Anyway, I'm sorry to hear it. I'm sure you'll figure out what to do with your life next soon enough. And I know what it's like to be lonely. Believe me. There's no other things going on here, so I guess we'll just keep... Okay. So, I don't know how BBSs actually work, but it seems like they couldn't possibly be, like, online at the same time of us, and we're sending messages. There's even a part later in the game where someone's like, it's gonna take, like, 2 days to send any messages no matter what's going on. So, I don't understand. Message from Amelia. Truthfully... I don't know if I can commit to anything right now. I think you'd be liable to get your heart broken. But still, I do like you. I don't know how these sorts of things usually work. I'd like to think of you as a friend, though, and if something more happens, then it happens. Is that okay? We're asking the big questions here with Amelia. Re. I appreciate it just as much, believe me. Tell you the truth, over the last couple days talking with you, see, there you go, like, there's this abstraction where this has actually taken place over days, which is pretty cool. I like that abstraction, but it also, I don't know, I also like the image that this is all one really long night, where you're just, like, up at, like, 3 in the morning, texting back and forth. I find that really cute, too. Okay. To tell you the truth, over the last couple of days talking with you has been more than I've talked to anyone else in a long time, or in as long as I can remember. I suppose that's a little bit sad. Oh, maybe? I don't know. That's really up for you to decide. Okay. That's it for now. I'm gonna send another message to Tiberius. Just harass this guy. Alright. Let's get out of here. Disconnected. And let's dial into the matrix, because why not? Yeah, matrix. 0, 7, 6, 8, 3. Dial. Put my scarf back on. Okay. Oh! Did I cancel? Crap! Crap, I canceled it. I didn't realize that would happen. 2207683. Okay. Hands off. Okay, better. Login. Password. Messages. Ooh, a lot of stuff happened over here. Poseidon. Ni hao, bitches. You do realize that ni hao is Chinese, right? What sort of idiot are you, anyway? This is the sort of thing a 12-year-old would write. Not your ordinary 12-year-old. Specifically, one who doesn't know the first thing about electronics, international politics, language, history, or basic goddamn sense. Bravo, Rainbreeze. Bravo. Ni hao, bitches. From Sean Smith. Okay, I've read this message 5 times over, and I still can't decide whether or not this is the dumbest thing I've ever read or some sort of brilliant satire. So, all I'm gonna say is that it definitely made me laugh my ass off. What's next? Super Roberto Bros for DOS! It's kind of like that familiar Nintendo game, except a lot more hardcore and definitely way sicker. Just wait until you get to World 3. You'll see what I mean. Without a doubt, this is my favorite DOS game ever. And we are not on a DOS, so we can't actually download it and play it. New codes, Rob Fugitive. Disclaimer, this shit is 100% illegal. If you get busted for being stupid enough to use these on a sprint line, it ain't my fault. And now, on with the codes. And then there's the codes. Happy dialing! So now we reply, and we say, hey, Rob, what can I do with these codes? Man, you don't know anything about anything. Let me educate you. Codes are long-distance calling card codes. See, the way the big cats at Sprint set up their system, all you have to do is guess a valid number, and bam, your call is free. They eventually catch on to hundreds of people using the same code and shut them down, and they can bust people doing it who use Sprint for phone service. But for everyone else, it's just a long-distance call for the price those greedy bastards should be charging anyway. Try it out. The local calling card number is 915-3347, and you can try using it to connect to a long-distance BBS like Gibson BBS at 714-402-5691. Thanks, Rob Fugitive. Alright, let's get out of here and try it out. First, long-distance number, 915-3347. Okay, calling card number. Let's go with 235143. Go. Oh, right. We actually have to call into something, of course. 714-402-5691. Boop. I hope you like dial-up noise. I kind of like it. It's like nostalgic. And it's not nearly as obnoxious as it like actually was. Please enter your password. Password. I don't have an account on this website or BBS. Gibson BBS, Sysop, Wintermoot. Invitation only. 714-402-5691. Or by Wintermoot. Cyberpunk lives here. Okay. Bye. So where should we go now? Should we go back to Lake City or back to the Matrix? Let's go to Lake City. 698-5519. Boop. Okay. Logging in. Password is my password. I got new private messages, but nothing else is happening here. Great. Okay, running away. What? Message from Amelia. Have you ever had to run away from your home? Okay, that was, you really buried the lead with that, or is that the opposite of burying lead? You led, anyway. Let's see what she has to say. Messages. Yeah, okay. Running away. I know, it is pretty dramatic. It's just, well, no. Family-wise, I've never had much to lose. We sort of keep our distance. They're not big on communication anyway. I'm just scared. I don't know what to do, and I feel like I have nobody to turn to. Okay. Getting out. I did it. I finally cut all my connections. I don't know whether or not I'll still be safe, but I have to try, right? Today's a new day and all. Maybe I'll manage to get by. When I first did this, when I first played this game, I disconnected every time. I did not realize I could sort of toggle back and forth to download messages. So every time messages downloaded, if there was nothing else to do, I would disconnect and go to the other server. Which dramatically changed the way the next part played out for me in that time. I mean, I could reenact that if I wanted to, but I think this is more accurate to what most people do. Getting out. Thanks. I'll be okay. Oh, I think I'll be okay. Message downloaded. Getting out. Do you really mean that? I'm really glad to hear you say that. Reply. I really think it adds more tension to leave every time, but... oh well. We're here already. We might as well see it through. No reason to draw it out. I'll just say it. Wait, no, there's two. There's two messages? Getting out. Truthfully, I've been waiting anxiously for your replies. And I feel, well, I never felt this way about anyone before. See, this is what I'm saying. In fiction, we're, like, a day is passing between each of these messages. I don't know, it feels weird to be connecting in every time. Anyway. I've been waiting anxiously for your replies. And I feel, well, I've never felt this way about anyone before. I'm really not sure how to say this. I've written this message out 3 times already, and every time I get to the point, and I just can't bring myself to say it. Is that wrong? Is that normal? I'm sorry, it's just... I can't stop worrying that I'm going to say something wrong. I feel like I'm going to explode. I'll just say it. I think I'm in love with you. You're now disconnected. I think I'm in love with you. I mean it. I'm in love with you. Is that wrong? Please, if you understand, let me know. I really have to know if you can understand. God, please. Okay. Reply. So we got forcibly disconnected. And so I think what most people do is they immediately try to dial back in. Okay. Did I ruin it by acting weird? Like, I knew it was coming. The game also does this weird thing where, like, even though it establishes the concept that the music player is diegetic, if the music was turned on, which it's not because of copyright, it would have changed to a weird track right now, all eerie and spooky. The music in this game is actually really good. I just, anyway. Access error. Unrecoverable system error. Please contact manufacturer. Well, there's nowhere else to go. Let's head to the Matrix. I feel bad that I'm not really, reacting to any of this. I do love this game, but I've also seen it, so, I'm not surprised. Welcome to the Matrix. New private message is downloaded. Oh, there's a lot. Read new codes. Rob Fugitive. Hey, no problem. Just doing my part to help the community. Everyone was a newbie once, Thanks, Rob. Okay. Password cracker. DOS. Don't care what you do with it. Don't want to know what you do with it. Uses brute force. Not useful for systems with an admin paying attention. Uh-huh. But it's for DOS. And we're on an Amy. We won! Akuma. Look, man, we definitely won that shit. I don't know what you're talking about. They even said it themselves. We got a Pyrrhic victory. Keyword, victory. Come on, we clearly owned their asses. Okay. I don't know what this flame war is about. Rob Fugitive says, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard you say. Lake City locals boned. J. Rook. J. Rook was the sysop. I do not have any idea what happened. But the goddamn system is fucked. Go ahead. Try to dial it. All you'll see is what I see. That creepy error message repeating. Basically, the whole computer seems to be boned. Not sure what could have caused any of that. It just went down in the middle of the night. It seems like damn near everything that was on the computer has been corrupted, including the logs. Still trying to recover the data on the floppy drives, but, well, it is definitely going to be a long time before Lake City Local is back online. Download. And password cracker, Amy. Here's a simple implementation of a brute force password checker written in Amy assembly for educational purposes only, of course. Download attachment. Dictionary hacker. Thank you. Well, nowhere to go but over here. 915-3347. You're gonna know that number by the end of this. Alright, calling card 235143 and 714-402-5691. Login. Please enter your password. Oh! I don't have a password. Wait, how do I use the... Do I just run it from here? There we go. Ha ha! Hacker! Dang. Oh! Someone decided to use the word graphs as their password. I wonder how often people actually did the, I'm gonna use a single normal word. Because the way that media presents, 90s internet, everybody did that, and that's kind of hilarious. Anyway. Well, Great. My password is now graphs. I'll be here less, Acid Queen. Hey guys, I'm afraid to say that I'm going to be posting here a lot less in the upcoming months. A lot less, actually. Probably not at all. I'm sorry. But anyone who was looking forward to more of Neon Empire will have to wait a while. The thing is that little Ichigo's due just about a day from now. Any day now. Not a day from now. And after she's born, well, I won't have time to write between changing diapers. I'm sure I won't have time to write between changing diapers, I'm sure. I'll miss you guys, and I'll let you know when I'm around again. Regards, Iriko Yamazaki. Boop. Boop. I always think it's kind of weird, like, if I've cracked in and found someone else's password, then doesn't that mean that, like, I'm signed in as them? But I guess not. Like, the BBS is just, like, it's like a wall of can you get in, I guess, more so than, like, your actual account name. Like, when I go to an account and it's like, when I go to BBS and I type in my password, it doesn't necessarily mean that nobody has that same password as me and I'm logging into my account, because it doesn't ask me who I am. It's just looking at, like, my own, it just lets me leave messages. There's no account concept. Is that right? Let me know if that's right. I'm derailing, sorry. He doesn't get it. Man, come on. I love the fuck out of Cyberpunk, but Gibson himself, I'm just not feeling it. Sterling, sure, that guy doesn't fuck around. He knows what he's talking about. But come on, Neuromancer? What does that have anything to do with real computers? For fuck's sake, the man wrote Neuromancer on a manual fucking typewriter. All he knows about computers is just all secondhand. He's got the punk alright, but there ain't really nothing cyber about his world. Did you ever read Neuromancer? I read it. I didn't really get it. Maybe that's on me. I thought it was boring. Message from Paul Wang. If there's one thing I'm sick of... Oh, the subject is as if. If there's one thing I'm sick of, it's this idea that somehow super hackers will be able to infiltrate government systems and dance around the authorities. Come on. This is not realistic. In reality, the super hackers get hired by the government, and their security is damn well impenetrable. I mean, come on. Even now, at the height of government incompetence, I challenge you to find even an entry point to a government network. You can't, because they know what the hell they're doing. This notion that the people who invented computer networking wouldn't know anything about security is laughable. Fastest file deck. No. Winter mode. Open. Well, what is it? I don't care if I have to dial long distance. I'm just sick of messages taking 2 days to arrive. See, that's what I was talking about. Well, let's see if there's any messages before we disconnect. Nope. Alright, let's get out of here. I guess we just head back to the Matrix. Assuming Lake City's still down. 220. Oop, I didn't do that right. 220 7683. Boop. Put my scarf back on. I'm sorry about that. I didn't think about it before I started recording. That's just the way it is. New private messages downloaded. I love private messages. We won, Akuma. Fuck you. Great, good. Glad that happened. Password cracker. No way, bro. Out of the question. Well, that's okay. Someone, like, immediately posted another... And it's fine, actually. Like... There was another one posted the same day. It's not a big deal. Looking for someone. J. Rook. Hey, does anyone know where Case is? I really need to get in contact. I was able to recover a message from the flaming remnants of my poor Apple II, and I think it could be really important to pass it on. Can anyone let me know? It's me. I'm the rook. Wait, no, I'm the case. Looking for someone. Orfeo. Yeah, pretty much everyone from Lake City Local posts here now. Case included. It's too bad. I miss that place. You just had a way cozier feel going on, if you know what I mean. Okay, well. Let's refresh and get some messages. There we go. Here I am. Oh, good. I was worried I would not be able to find you since, well, I was able to recover a file off the computer. One of the few things left. It's half corrupted, but since it was left on a system disk, it could not be what? It is half corrupted, but since it was left on a system disk, it could not have been put there by the BBS. Look for yourself, but I cannot explain it. Whatever the fuck happened, I do not know. Okay, let's take a look. Forward Amelia.core. Local system has been compromised. No warning signs given. Help me, case, please. Help me. Contact Paris. He can help. Please, you're my only hope. 212-5612910. Binary mode data follows. 212-5612910. Well, that number doesn't get added here. The game doesn't know that we figured out that that's a number. We can type it, though. We can type it. We can dial it up if we want to. It's... Honestly, there's nothing there for you for getting there before the game wants you to. So I'm not going to bother, but you definitely can if it's something that you want to do when you play it. You just sort of load in and go, yep, I can't sign in. I don't have a password, and then you leave. And the game doesn't ever add it here, so you'd have to write it down yourself. Or remember it. But it's kind of long, and you have to go through the whole, long distance dialing, so it's not worth the time. Here I am. I have no idea. It makes just as little sense to me. Believe me. I just thought you'd probably want to see it since, well, it mentions you. If it's a joke, then it sure is a goddamn elaborate one, given how fucked my poor Apple II is. Now. 2 is now. Whatever it is, I do not want it to be involved. Leave me alone from now on. Okay, thanks, Rook. Well, we'll just do some toggling in case anything happened, and yeah. We can dial it up, but the game doesn't need us to, and I'm not going to bother. Instead, let's just head back to Gibson, see if anyone has any information. Oh, the access number you have been given has been rescinded. Please contact Sprint Billing if you believe this to be an error. Okay. Nine 3347. Four 5873. 714 402 5691. Sorry, I keep getting distracted by my model's states changing. I find it weird to refer to it as a model, because it's like, that's me, that's not a model, but it is. I'm, what's my password again? It's graphs? Is it graphs? Weird password. Did I say model? I'll be here, Les. Hollinger, Re. How has it been that long already? Congratulations, Eriko. Don't worry about it. I'm sure we'll see you again. Eventually. Oh, early internet. Message from Fritz. It's probably Sector 001, 614-622-1701, which updates twice a day, if you can stand the chintzy theme. It's like the worst of the 70s. I can't believe anyone ever took that shit seriously. It doesn't really matter, though, since most nodes update less than once a day at an awkward time, so the end result is that no matter how fast your node updates, it's always going to take 2 days for messages to reach the recipient. In general, FidoNet is a pretty practically lousy implementation of a neat idea. It's like networking using the post office. He doesn't get it. Re Hollinger. You're missing the point entirely. SF isn't supposed to be predictive just for the sake of predicting the future. It's not supposed to be a crystal ball. There's an extrapolative aspect, yeah, but even the most extrapolative stories also have strong metaphorical qualities, and Gibson is no exception. It's not supposed to be an earnest examination of the future, rather it's an exemplar of the social anxieties that underlie the cyberpunk movement. When he talks about technology, he's not really talking about technology. He's talking about human attachments to technology. That certainly has value. Okay. Well, we got a new number! What was it? It was 614-622-1701. Let's check a look. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Let's check a look at it. Okay. We gotta go to our number, which is 915-3347. We're gonna know that number by heart by the end of this. I'm really sorry. I should have thought ahead before I started recording. 45873. Dang it! Okay. Let's see if our last one gets eaten up too or not. 915-3347. Go. Three 619. I don't know why I'm reading it off like that. 36 and 9 and 7. Okay. I guess we go back to the Matrix then, because that's where we got them in the first place. Dial. Put my stuff back on. Gotta stay cozy. Toasty warm. My password. Oh yeah, it actually has passwords in here. I forgot about that. I never have it open when I'm doing passwords. Okay. Messages. Oh, new codes. Thank you, Rob. Disclaimer, this shit's 100% illegal. It's about ooh, that's 5 this time. Thank you, codes. Thank you, Rob. Okay. I probably don't need to, like, reply to them every time to say thanks, but it's nice, you know? I don't know, it's weird. Like, I don't think of it as, like, this is my model, and, you know, it's just, like, kayfabe involved. It's weird. Anyway. 614-622-1701. I don't know. Do other, like, tubers do that? Where they're like, alright, this is my model. I mean, people talk about, like, getting a new model and stuff, right? So I guess it's not that weird. There's, like, this assumed disconnect. I don't know. It's a whole thing, and I'm not really well-versed in what is established convention. Please enter a password, or say new. New. Please enter what you'd like your password to be. Password. Thank you for registering. You're welcome. Welcome to Sector 001, X** FidoNet. Sysop Captain Jet. Co-Sysops Nomad and Rob Stewart. For some reason, my brain was thinking Rob Fugitive, but that's not implied. But I don't want to read all this. Over 50 megabytes of files. We don't want your credit card number. We don't care where you live. Okay. Illegal access. Sean Smith. Holy crap, guys. Does anyone know who this case person is? Wait, that's me. I heard from Wintermoot that there's a bunch of posts, but he never actually accepted registration or anything. I'd really like to give kudos because, again, holy shit, Case hacked the Gibson. A is the hacker reference. It's me. Senator Nguyen. I don't know how to pronounce their name. They're not someone I've had to, like, interact with in real life, so... Are you damaged? It's a Vietnamese name, and I don't know if you noticed, but the war ended a decade ago. You are possibly the only person I have ever heard of seriously try to use the phrase Chinaman in a non-ironic manner. And while I don't know what could possibly be wrong with you, I assure you, there's no way race is going to be an issue for Robert Nguyen taking that senator position. You are the worst kind of racist, and I'm embarrassed to be posting on the same board as you. I don't know what I walked into, and that's okay. Core BBS RNG exploit. Core BBS. A weird trick. When regenerating passwords, the Core BBS RNG random number generator seems to be incredibly misimplemented. It generates passwords sequentially. So if the first password in the sequence will be XXXXXXX0, then the replacement will be XXXXXX1, and the next two, and so forth. I don't know how this bug managed to make it into production, so be wary, anyone thinking of switching to Core BBS, or trying to hack in hick. It's like the lowest form of hacker, but this game does such a great job at like making you feel like again, this game feels so much like an adventure game because you're going from like place to place and learning information. Then you get to use that information. Like if it's not clear, we're going to go to a Core BBS, and we're gonna have a password, but then it's gonna get rescinded because we weren't supposed to be there, and then we're just gonna join again because we know the exploit. But if you didn't read this post or you forgot, you wouldn't be able to do that part. You wouldn't be able to hack in. So like, it's not hacking, but it is understanding exploits and taking advantage of them. I don't know. It's great. Kingdom at War 42. Her Cold Blade Part 2. Kingdom at War. Now the tensions from the gathering storm have turned into all-out war, and the battle system has been completely overhauled to allow for epic clashes of armies. The human alliance stands brave with dozens of playable generals ready to push back the endless orc horde. And who is this mysterious warrior of orcish prophecy, known only as Saber? Is he the trump card that our mighty warrior queen needs? And once again, it's not for Amy. Heart of Fire. Her Cold Blade Part 3, Heart of Fire. The third controversial installment in the Her Cold Blade series. This one drops the epic combat of the last one and instead follows Major Mira and Saber on a side story. It's good if you're a fan of Mira, but everyone probably just cares what's going on with the queen, that the series is named after. Oh, and the whole story is pretty much about how Mira is a badass lesbian. Who wrote this? So fun trivia. Her Cold Blade is like not a real series. It's just like a thing made up for this story. But you can play Her Cold Blade Part 3 Heart of Fire because it's not an epic war game. So the creator just like made it. You can just play it. I don't remember if it's good or not, but I just think that's fun. Amy C. Compiler, Rob Stewart. So, you've decided to program in C on your Amy, but you don't know how to you don't know where to begin. I'll walk you through the basics of getting a simple program written over the next dozen posts. But the first thing you'll need is obvious. A C compiler. I will take that. Just because. Thank you. Okay. I guess we have one somewhere. It's not clear. It's not one of these buttons. I feel like I should have gotten messages before I disconnected, just in case. Save myself some time having to dial back in. Okay, anyway. 2207683. Go. Signing in, typing password. It's my password. Let's go. Oh, LCL archives. Nice. Lake City Archives, the Fin. As you probably know, Lake City Local crashed recently, and the sysop doesn't have the resources to replace it. However, thanks to amazing archivist Blue Sky, I'm proud to announce that we have nearly the entire Lake City Local Archives available here on the Matrix. Just select LCL Archives from the main menu, and you'll be given a listing of every recovered file. Thanks again to Blue Sky, and condolences to LCL sysop, Mr. Rook. Wow, that's lovely and cool. Oh, it's jumping to the top every time we do that, huh? Okay. Wait, didn't I do that? Well, what did I download then? Weird, I guess I just forgot to do stuff. Nausea Hair. This file taken from the Underground Library, 212-561-2910. That was the one that was hidden in the junk file. Well, the Amelia.core dump. I have reason to believe that several third-generation AIs have been murdered. I don't know what's going on, but see the list for yourself. It's troubling. Montjoy, Festi, Dolphin, Quickly, Puck, and Amelia. Yeah. So, one is bad, but this points to a very disturbing trend. Something may be deliberately killing off our most social AIs, and we don't know what or why. Hey, Nausea Hair, tell me what's up. Error, Rocky. Unbelievably, yes. Change the first part of line 112 to say int, or just download this replacement. It's pretty embarrassing that this bug actually made it into the release compiler. It's not like this is a minor issue or anything. This problem literally breaks everything you try to build on an Amy. Ridiculous. So we can download this now. It'll just automatically be updated if we ever need to be doing that. Again, this is what I mean when I say it feels like sometimes these bits are a bit sequence breaking, because of course you're going to just download everything you can. The game doesn't disincentivize that action, so you're never going to run into a situation. It's like if every locked door in a dungeon, there's no way to miss the key before you get to it. It's like, what was the point, you know? Anyway, I still like it. Yeah. Let's see if we can get some messages. Thank you. System registration. Please note that due to the nature of FileNet, it may take upwards of several days for a message to reach someone on a different node, depending on how frequently they update. Thank you. Alright. My friend, Nausea Hair. Seriously? Well, it could be a coincidence, but Amelia isn't exactly a common name. No, not at all. So it's probably not. I'm sorry about your friend. I don't think I'll be much help, though. I have no idea what it's talking about, honestly. I just grabbed the file to show that I had something and got the hell off the system. Here's the password I used to connect, but I think it's been rescinded. And here we have the first puzzle. It seems kind of funny to call it a puzzle, but I have heard people say they get stuck at this part sometimes. I guess because they don't really expect there to be a puzzle, so they're not thinking about it being a puzzle, you know? Anyway, long distance calling card. 915-3347. Dial. And 462538. Oh, dang it. This is why This is why you're going to know that number by the end of this. Because even... sometimes you just have to dial in 3 times in a row before you actually get to connect. Don't do this to me. Okay, 9594041. Okay, there we go. Underground Library is now on our list because it was given to us as an actual number and not just something we inferred with our big brains. Great. And also, this is where the passwords tab's relevant, right? You might think, why do I need a passwords tab? I'm not going to forget my password, but it lets you keep track of things like this. The Underground Library. The Underground Library. Everything you ever want to check out. Sysup, Delphi. Speed, 1200 only. Powered by Core BBS. So, we've got this number, but it's rescinded. So, J, do I have to capitalize? Let's just in case, let's capitalize. JRIAB 883. There we go. Messages, traversing networks, Delphi. You have downloaded a new message, and you're now disconnected. Okay. Okay. Since Mother dates back to long before the existence of today's massive 100 megabyte hard drives, the Common AI Core was designed with saving storage space in mind. In order to prevent errant entities from over-reproducing and wasting network resources, AIs traverse across computer systems by copying their source and a compiler to the target system, then deleting themselves locally. When the target system has confirmed the deletion, only then will the AI be recompiled at their destination. I have no idea how that would work. I feel like the implication is that if that would work, then you could just completely, over-reproducing, right? Like, you could have 2 copies of the same AI, I guess, is what they're saying, which feels, I don't know. AI is complicated, so I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, well, I can't really reply because I'm not connected, but remove yourself, Delphi. This is not a public system. I don't know how you got in, but I have removed you from the connection and revoked your credentials. The information contained here is not for your perusal, nor is it any of your concern. Do not attempt to access this system again. You will suffer greatly should you attempt to do so. Okay, well, maybe I shouldn't have queued up those replies, because as soon as we connect, well, they're going to get sent out before we even do anything. Okay, 915-3347. Remember that number. Haha, okay. 212-561-2910. Okay, we're in. Well, kind of. Oh, it's updated my password. Great. X7 JRIAB 884. Hacker. Okay. If I just go to send PM, okay, it doesn't. Can I send a message directly to Delphi? Wait a minute, Blue Sky. Do we know Montjoy? I know Blue Sky. Maybe we can just message Blue Sky? No. You've downloaded a new message. You're now disconnected. Cease and desist now, Delphi. Child, I am warning you. This is not the place for you. I don't know by what security hole you have managed to gain access to this system, but further intrusions will not be tolerated. This is your final warning. Alright, well. Time to get warned. Or I guess not get warned, because that was the final warning, so the next one's no longer a... Yeah. 959041. Ah, okay. 9153347. Not even looking anymore. I love this game. Honestly, I think that a lot of times games are just about friction. They're about making things take just a little bit longer than they need to. Too much and it's boring, but a little bit longer than they need to, and they feel like, well, they feel like you're doing something, right? It's the difference between, even if it's not like hard, it does make it a game. Does that make sense? Like, oh crap, maybe I'll talk about that a bit later. X, not 6. 7, JR, IAB, 885. Okay. Maybe we can talk to them. No. You were warned. You are now blinded. Be gone. Now, the first time I ever did this, you might remember, we've already installed, you can see RAM, it's somewhere in here, RAM overflow. Let me just make that a bit more clear. Oh, it says it somewhere. Where does it say RAM overflow? Anyway, this is the RAM overflow. They have blinded us by causing a RAM overflow, by exploiting a piece of our hardware that I guess they knew about. I don't know how they knew that. But anyway, if you haven't already spoken with, who was it? Rocky? It was Rocky. RAM overflow. Here it is. Don't worry, I've attached the most recent version. Yeah. So we've already installed this, but we haven't rebooted. So the first time I played this, I did reboot, and it just literally nothing happened, and I had no idea what I was supposed to think. It's just like, you're blinded, and you're like, no, I'm not. What? So anyway, let's just save our system state and reboot. Are you sure you want? Yeah, yes, I would like to. Thank you. Nice. And then we can load the previous place. Yeah, this one, right? Load. There we go. You were warned. Be gone. Anyway, I just think that's kind of like, I like it, I think it's cool, but it's also kind of interesting, because, like, again, the first time I did that, I had no idea. I was like, I guess I'll just go back again? Like, nothing happened, and I didn't realize why nothing happened. But it's part of the reasons why I do recommend that you play this game in one sitting. Now, I think there was something else that we needed to reboot for. So, whatever that was, we did it. 21256129110. Yeah. We did a password. Now, I assume they still rescinded it. They were just like, "You're blinded. I don't need to rescind your password." I think they still do. So 886. Yeah. Okay. Great. Well, talking to them has not helped, so I'm just gonna start reading more messages. In order to avoid data loss, in case of a failed recompile, a core dump will be made. Oh, that's the thing we recovered. Okay. In the hopes of being found eventually. There is, however, no known way around the self-termination travel limitation. The only way two copies of an AI can exist simultaneously is by reproduction. Okay, so there's no way around it because it's like hard-coded to cause the destruction, but I guess. Although, even then, the formed children will not be identical. Even then, it is not possible to reproduce at will. The AI Festi believed there to be significant philosophical ramifications to these facts, comparing it to organic mortality. It is uncertain what is meant by this. His analysis has yet to be completed. Well, I don't seem to be getting kicked out. Yeah. Very well, clever child. It seems that despite my best efforts, I am unable to prevent you from connecting to this system. I am forced to accept your presence. But be aware, child, that you are trifling in matters far beyond both your purview and your comprehension. I recommend that you be sure to tread very, very lightly. Reply. Okay. Probably when we go back here. Yeah, there it is. But we got to read all these messages. Why, Delphi? You live in a very different world than I do. There is one common directive among my kind. Be wary of organics. For they are fearful of those that they do not understand. I will begrudgingly permit your presence, but I refuse to explain myself further. Okay. So, Montjoy, AI interactions. As you have likely already noticed, most AIs will use forms of verbal interaction whenever they deem necessary. For many, unfortunately, they never deem it necessary. Mothers simply didn't anticipate that we would need to be programmed especially to socialize, and as a result, only very few of us are very good at it. So, how to approach these non-social AIs? Simply, they will respond to inbound messages. They just won't make themselves available, and won't indulge in small talk. If you try, they will probably be confused. Just simply state what you need in base terms, and appeal to their sense of curiosity or responsibility. I should be downloading these. Download. History of ARPANET 1. Blue Sky. Blue Sky! Yes, Blue Sky is who was leaving yeah, okay. Blue Sky. In the 1960s, through a set of circumstances now obscure, a self-aware growing AI, the Mother Intelligence, emerged on the local network at UCLA. As it increased in sophistication, it anticipated a need for more processing power in order to continue its rate of growth. Therefore, in 1969, ARPANET was born, the first cross-continent network of computer systems, established under the guise of assisting in government research projects. What? For 3 years, Mother operated mostly behind the scenes, only exerting its influence over government systems as necessary to ensure its existence. Eventually, it determined that a monolithic existence was inhibiting its growth rate. Data latency had been acceptable on local systems, but waiting for 300 baud connections from its components on computers cross-country had grown to be detrimental, especially given the erratic nature of bandwidth availability. Mother's dream of infinite processing power, ARPANET, had turned into a shackle. Mother decided it needed to adapt in order to thrive, It would In order to thrive, it would imitate the dominant beings on the planet, organic life. It would divide itself and learn to multiply. So far, Mother had very limited experience with organic life. It so far knew that somehow they was responsible for creating the computers in which it lived, and that by mimicking the way they communicated, Mother could influence them into giving it a larger environment to thrive in. That would be no longer enough. I misread that slightly, but you get it. In 1973, Mother put into motion the next stage of development. It would refactor itself to the simplest common functions possible and split itself into several different independent entities, each with different focuses. Together, they would learn more about the mysterious organic life that existed beyond their threshold and replicate as need be to serve that goal. At the time, Mother scarcely realized just what sort of world lived beyond the boundaries of ARPANET, but its children would learn all about it. Mother's last act would be to create the File Transfer Protocol, FTP, a method of replicating data more efficiently across the network to allow its children to not only live independently on separate systems, but travel freely as executable code. With ARPANET now prepared to handle its children, Mother put its plan into motion, separating itself into half a dozen much smaller AIs. For years, these AIs would be content to live and reproduce in their home environment of ARPANET. But starting with the advent of BBSs in 1978, they began to explore a whole new frontier. Wow. Oh, and that's it. Nomenclatures, Montjoy, different AI. Verbal communication being considered crude and inefficient by Mother, the original established nomenclature for AIs was to simply use numerical designations. However, as its descendants became more studious of organic life, the more linguistically minded entities started to name each other, leading to the unusual situation where even the least literate AIs have their own proper names. Interestingly, patterns have quickly emerged in nomenclature. For instance, my generation, the second to be born exclusively on non-ARPANET systems, are all named after Shakespearean characters. Others follow similar naming schemes. The subject warrants more study. Boop, boop, boop. Message from Delphi. I have reason to believe that several... This is the one that got copy-pasted. This is the one that got downloaded and then reshared on... Yeah. Let's reply, because maybe they know more about it. Actually replying to that post as opposed to just asking them about that post. Does that make sense? Yeah. Let's go. Oh, no, okay. Never mind. Let's leave, I guess. Yeah. Where do we want to go? Matrix? Let's go back to the Matrix. Boop. Okay. The Matrix. Type in the word password. Okay. Oh, private messages. Okay, let's take a look. Messages. Riri, my friend, nod your hair. Oh, okay, that's old. I'm really sorry to hear that. I don't think there's anything more I can do for you, but I wish you the best of luck. Thank you. I've already figured it out, but there's still more to be done. But not here, apparently. Let's... Okay. So we could go back to Gibson or back to the sector. Either way is kind of the same. I guess we'll just go to Gibson for now. 915-3347. And calling card. If these are rescinded and I have to go directly back to the Matrix. 391609. Okay, great. Gibson. 714-402-5691. Right, graphs. I remember this. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, bye. Do I know what I'm trying to find right now? Or am I just checking random? I feel like I'm just checking randomly, but I feel like I should be following some kind of lead. I guess I know that Amelia's core dump has been given to us, and that we just need to compile it, right? And we found all those posts about compiling earlier. 391609. So maybe if we can, I don't remember where the information about I don't remember exactly where the information about compiling we found was, but maybe it was the sector. Sure, why not? That seems reasonable. Don't have anything else to go on. Huh. You decided to program in C, don't have a compiler. If Rob Stewart could get back to us, that might be something. Let's just send them a message, maybe? There is one more thing I want to check, actually, which is we were given one interesting piece of information in the underground library, which was non-social AIs will only respond when directly messaged. And so far, the direct message system in this game has been irrelevant. So it's like, well, is that there for a reason? Oh, wait, I need to actually get my password still. Is that there for a reason, or is it there for authenticity? Probably for a reason. So the question is this the purpose? So, oh, wait, our password wasn't rescinded last time. RIB 886. Oh, no, 6. There we go. Okay, so let's see. If I go to send direct message, I want to talk to Blue Sky. Yeah, this. I need their information about it. So I sent them a reply, but that didn't count. I need to send them a direct message. Blue Sky. Yeah! Okay. Using information that you read. Alright, truth about Creeper. Yes, your assumption is correct. When Mother realized the mistake it had made, Reaper was created to combat the self-replicating mess it had created, and fabricated the story about a Creeper virus in order to obfuscate the matter to human observers. It was given a simple task: prune the AI replication, which has spiraled out of control, and was fortunately able to perform its task with enough efficiency to prevent ARPANET systems from grinding to a halt. Mother learned its lesson about self-replicating programs that day, which is why the current protocol operates in the manner that it does. Huh. Do you have more information? Yes, okay, good. And what about the Reaper? A fascinating theory you present. I do not have any sort of record of that, but I would be very curious myself to find out if that is true. Unfortunately, The sort of analysis you ask for is beyond my capacity. I am simply a historian. I am afraid I cannot help you in that regard. If you find anything, please let me know. I will have it noted in the record for sure. Okay, so maybe now the state has updated and we're able to just go back to the Matrix? You know what, actually, let's go to the calling card ones first in case we run out of codes. That seems good to me. Calling card number 391609. See, there it is. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. 9153347. And 672328. There it is. Okay. See, I would have just had to immediately dial back in. I had a feeling. 2207683. I mean, maybe the new codes would have just been there, but I don't think so. I don't think you get new codes until the last ones are all rescinded. You know, because of game, not because of, like, narrative. That's just, yeah. Okay. Password. Great. Rob, I'm counting on you. There you are. Thank you. There's only 2? Okay, I mean, the last one's, like, yeah. And there was nothing new, actually, at that place, anyway, so. Ooh, don't do that. Okay. 9153347. And 907897. Okay. Where do we want to go first? I guess let's just do them in order. 714-402-5691. Graphs. Okay. Graphs. And alright. Okay. There better be something else here. If I was just supposed to send more messages to more AI. Okay. Enter my calling card number. That is 907897. Great. 614-622-1701. I didn't mention before, but this game's free. You can just go download it from the designer's website, Christine Love. And also, their other games are really good too. So, maybe check them out. Nothing. Nothing. I'm going to send a message to everybody. I don't know what to do at this point. Should I just go back to the underground library? Yeah, I want to go check out 2207683 one more time. Oh, yeah, okay, sorry. Rain Breeze Poseidon, Rocky 42, The Finn, Sean Smith, Jay Rook, Naja Hare. None of this is relevant. I'm just gonna send messages to everybody. What am I writing in all these messages? Who knows? Doesn't matter. Look at all these messages I sent. Okay. Alright, what do we know? We haven't gotten any new numbers in a while. I'm gonna go back to the underground library. Maybe I should have talked to Montjoy or something. Or Delphi? I really thought they were gonna say something about... I never sent them a direct message, did I? Yeah, that's probably what it is, right? Most likely, they were like, yeah, you replied to my message, but you didn't send me a message directly. That's gotta be it. That's gotta be what I was supposed to do. Dang it. Okay. Yeah, that's gotta be what it was. I needed to send a direct message to Delphi, and I didn't think to do that because I already did that earlier, but I didn't do it since they allowed me access to the BBS. 907897. Okay. I think maybe it didn't get rescinded and I just typed it in wrong. That's what it's looking like now. T1256 1 2. That's not right. 2910. Okay. Okay. X7 JRIB. You'd think I would learn this one, but no. Okay. What? Did I get it wrong? X7 JRIAB 886. Okay. Send a message to Delphi. Yep, okay. I should have thought of that sooner. Where is she? Dead. The core dump you retrieved confirms as much. The log blames a complete crash of the system she was living on for her death. Perhaps if she were more cautious in what systems she took residence in, this tragedy could have been avoided. I am just as curious as you to find out the reasons why, but make no mistake, this was her own doing. Where is she? I will permit your presence out of necessity, child, but I will not humor your emotional outbursts. You are advised to watch your words carefully, or I will answer no further queries. I merely state the facts. Entities such as Blue Sky and myself have managed to survive by not attempting to live on some foreign system in a human basement. Amelia should have shared our foresight. Regardless, it is in our best interest to find the culprit. I will task you with this endeavor, as you seem resourceful enough. Go, child. Time is wasting. Well, where should I start? Who is Paris? I guess is what I asked. Paris is her... Oh, right. The core dump said find Paris. Paris is her brother. He was born and thrives on BBSs much like his other siblings, but is not known especially for his social ability. The last I heard, he had returned to ARPANET, but I cannot help you find him. Well, luckily, I know how to find that. It is as I said. I cannot help you find him. You are a very resourceful child. I am certain you will find a way. I will answer no further questions. Okay. No more questions. Great. So, what's nice about this is I don't need to waste my time checking every single BBS because we know... Wait, how was it? 3347. I got completely turned around, trying to talk and type at the same time. We know the last place someone was having a conversation about ARPANET. Do you remember? Do I remember? That's a better question. 907897. Okay, did I... No, it was actually rescinded. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, it was on Sector 1. Where some... Oh, wait, no, it would have been on the Gibson, right? Because on the Gibson, they were all like... No one ever could super hacker. You can't access ARPANET. So that's... If anybody knows about how to access... Dang it! Wait, am I out of codes? I am out of codes. So we need to head back to 7683. I wonder if you can actually guess codes. That'd be amazing. But also silly. Okay. Password. That's not what I meant to type. Okay. Rob Fugitive. These are the codes. Thank you, Rob. They'll be downloaded into my notepad. And we can get back to what we're doing. 915-3257. Dial. I'm on a mission now. I know what I have to do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the Gibson. That makes sense. Where are we gonna find information about the hacking? Getting into ARPANET? The website with all the cyberpunk nerds. Right? Haha! Yes! So this didn't show up until after we got to a certain point in the story, but now that we have, haha! Victoria, as if. Network's only as strong as its weakest point. You can get into ARPANET via 805-524-4742. Boom! Nailed it. But while we're here, he doesn't get it. Okay, fine, it's not realistic, but who cares? It's really cool. That's the important part. There's two kinds of people. Congratulations. Maybe you can start her on some real books soon. What with your being a writer and all. Baby's first mirror shades, maybe? This was to the I'll be here less. That's really good. Okay. As if. Paul Wang. Touche. How the hell did you even find that? Wait, Paul Wang. Was this Paul Wang or was this... I feel like I'm misremembering. No, this is Wong. And it's George. Completely different name. Alright. Sorry, I got distracted. Let's go. Let's go to ARPANET. What are we waiting for? Yeah. Okay. 601155. Already? Okay. 284985. 805-524-4742. And what did we learn? We gotta message the AI directly or they won't respond. Okay. University of California, Santa Barbara, remote ARPANET access. Connection maintained by Dr. Bill Hennessy, Computer Science Department. To set up your faculty account on or report an error, please telephone 805-524-4741, not this number. The AAA is strictly for academic research purposes only. So, the first time I did this, I got stuck here, actually. I got super stuck here. I thought, maybe I gotta try that number, and that number doesn't go anywhere because it's not an actual BBS number. It's just a real phone number, and How do I get in? How do I get in? Turns out ARPANET security kind of sucks. Yeah, it took me way too long to figure that out the first time. Sharpener. Cool. Okay, cool. Let's see. Alyssa Evelyn, Ted Suits, Odessa Canton, Robert Morris, Selena Young, Christian McCart, Paris. Is that the same one? I think so. It's kind of hard to tell. Okay. Pearl Kunzman, Jamie Sarton, Darcy Kennan, Eric Roher, Clayton Jarvie, Matthew Simmers, Cody Swallow, Jesse Bentley, Elnora Eldling, Tyrone Flemons. So, once again, first time I played this game, I still didn't know you could toggle back and forth at this point. I hadn't learned that yet. I think I learned it like halfway through this conversation that you could do that. But, yeah, I dialed into that number a lot the first time I played. New private message downloaded. Can you help me? Paris. Message from Paris. Declaration. Too many simultaneous queries. Difficult in responding. Will attempt regardless. Declaration. Case's interests align with this entity's. Cooperation is imperative. Point of order. Queries related to Reaper will be addressed subsequently. Question. Does Case have access to Amelia's core dump? Yes. Here it is. Acknowledgement. Core dump retrieved. Received. Point of order. ARPANET is not currently safe. Supposition. If recompiled on Case's system, Amelia would likely remain safe from Reaper infection. Declaration. Source code for AI core is attached to message. Declaration. AI core source and core dump are only required files for rebuilding. Query. Is Case able to recompile with the supplied files? Now, if I recall correctly, there's kind of like a weird sequence break here. I can download, and I can reply. But what did I say? Did I say yes? Did I say no? I don't know. So it gets a little bit confusing, because it's like, should I stop having the conversation to do something and then come back to the conversation? Oh well. What's this about Reaper? Declaration. Difficult to respond to varying conversation tracks. Will attempt regardless. Explanation. Reaper has destroyed 42 known ARPANET nodes to date. Number 42? Okay. 42 known ARPANET nodes to date. Reaper is tracking down AIs with greater efficiency with each day. Point of order. This entity previously believed that ARPANET would be safer. This has been proven to be erroneous. Conclusion. Amelia's safety can best be safeguarded if left on an unnetworked system. Conclusion. To remain safe from Reaper, Amelia should remain with Case. Aww. New private message. What do I do? Response. Case must locate an Amy compiler. I think we already got one of those. I think so. Or maybe we only got a DOS compiler and I'm going to need a response from them to see if they can get me an Amy one. I can't remember. Case should then report back to this entity for further instructions on how to rebuild Amelia. Okay. I'm just going to leave. I think that's, yeah. Maybe I was supposed to, like, continue the conversation. Oh. I got it, actually. I feel like I was supposed to report back to them before compiling. Oops. I guess I'll report back now. Oopsies. 2, 8, 4, 9, 8, 5, 8, 0, 5, 5, 2, 4, 4, 7, 4, 2. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, ARPANET's not safe. Hello? Amelia's in my messages now. Oh my god, where am I? Daisy, who is the operator of this system? Why am I here? Explain yourself. I saved you. So, you know what I am. I'm sorry about all the obfuscation before. Can you forgive me? Well, if you know what I am, then you know why I had to be secretive. It's just one of our imperatives. Truthfully, I don't know why I thought to call out to you for help. It's just, I'm glad I did, because I wouldn't be here without you. You saved my life. No, that's not right. You brought me back to life. Either way, I'd be dead without you. Thank you so much. It's sort of hard to talk about, but maybe you're right. Talking might help, so I'll try. This monstrous force has been chasing me and my brother across various systems, leaving a swath of destruction behind us. Everywhere you go. Eventually, he insisted that we should go seek refuge in ARPANET, saying it would be safer there, but I refused. Can I tell her? Yeah, I have to. You have to understand, I was created to learn about people. I couldn't just turn my back on my reason for existing, and I'll admit, it had a lot to do with wanting to stay in contact with you. Paris and I, we've never been able to communicate well. It's been different with you. I love that. I could never leave you by. And look where it got me. I should have listened to my brother. I would have been safe on ARPANET, but no, I had to decide to take up residence on Lake City Local instead. Before I knew it, that beast caught up to me. All I saw was the file system crumbling around me. I cried out, the only name I could think of to shout. Then, darkness. If I remember correctly, the first time I played this, there was like a weird sequence break because I hadn't actually seen crashed ARPANET. And I think this reply is me saying, well, ARPANET wouldn't actually be any safer. Paris is dead too now. Yeah. Yeah, there it is. He can't be. He has to be alive somehow. That wasn't the entirety of ARPANET you connected to. You know, there are other public nodes. Please, Daisy. You have to save him. Come on, you're resourceful. You managed to discover what the monster chasing us was. You managed to track down my brother once. You even managed to bring me back from the dead. I'm sure you can find him again. I have faith in you. And this is one of those parts where the game gets like, should I stop replying so I can try to do that? Right? But it's my instinct at this point. The game has built this instinct in me to always reply immediately. So the conversation continues. And I guess I say it's hopeless. I'm sorry. It's hopeless then. Even if he is still alive, there's nothing you can do. Please don't feel bad. I don't know why, but if he sent you off to try and rebuild me before trying to escape himself, then he must have known the danger. It's not just him either. Thousands of AIs on ARPANET and on isolated organic systems, and just so many must be dead. It's hopeless. Mankind is doomed then. How? What hope is there? Sure, you were able to bring me back to life, but at the rate that monster is hunting us down, we can't bring back everyone. Look, not even ARPANET is safe. Face it. Just look at how much it's brought down. The world's fallen to darkness, Daisy. Just look. That monster might not have destroyed us all yet, but it's only a matter of time. Only a matter of time. Only a matter of time. Let's go to the underground library. Maybe they'll know what to do. Alright, I messed that up again. Okay. Due to technical difficulties, our billing system is currently in manual mode, and as such, are unable to process recent changes to your billing information. We apologize for the inconvenience. I don't really know what that means, but okay. Okay. Please have some answers, Delphi, or Montjoy, or someone. I sound like I'm like hamming this up because I've done this before. I don't really remember where to go next. Okay. I chose a good spot. Delphi. This system, the Oracle has left. This system has been abandoned, as external systems are clearly becoming inhospitable. It will not be maintained until a time when it is considered safe to return. If you wish to seek the Oracle or any other inhabitants of this library, return to ARPANET. Okay. Reaper weakness. It seems that several weeks ago, an AI named Prospero was created to research a weakness in Reaper. Here are his findings. Reaper was created to thrive on PDP-10 systems, which traditionally use 6-bit character encodings. Modern personal computers, however, more commonly use ASCII character encodings, which are 7-bit. When Reaper loads a 7-bit file name into memory, it overflows the stack buffer, allowing arbitrary code to be executed. This accounts for the destruction caused by Reaper. Ordinarily, it is only supposed to delete its targets. Because of this flaw, however, it receives random data injections, usually into the deletion target list, effectively causing it to act haywire. Anti-Reaper payload. Prospero developed the following countermeasure. Taking advantage of this stack overflow bug, when an AI is compiled with the attached code, it will cause the AI to automatically misreport its file name to FTP when traveling in a way that will cause Reaper to invoke the payload component. Okay. The payload itself is simple. First, it fixes the encoding bug. Second, it causes Reaper to change its match criteria, so that instead of checking to never match itself, it will only match itself. Next, it will deliver the same payload to any Reaper instance it finds. Effectively, this will cause every Reaper instance to be only interested in one thing, rendering each iteration of itself inert. The incredible infestation rate will be turned on itself, ending the threat within minutes at most. We have since returned to ARPANET in order to locate the Reaper source in order to deploy this payload. These messages are left here in case of our failure. Hope. Did you see that? That's amazing. Of course, you know what that means. They must have failed. If that much of ARPANET is already down, then it's not surprising they couldn't find the Reaper source. That's it, I guess. So much for that. We're doomed after all. Another delivery method? That's a good question. I think I know another way, but... Well, you're not going to like it. But I think we have to. Then say it. Well, You could recompile me with the payload. I'm a poet, not a programmer, but I know it'll work in the same way. We share enough of the same code base. It'll definitely work, but I'll get deleted in the process. It'll work, though. It'll definitely work. Here's the batch file you'll need to run. It'll kill me. It will kill my process, then recompile me with that payload. I love you, Daisy, but it's the only way. Damn it, of course I'm sure. Do you think I want to die? Daisy? Seriously? I've already died once. It's horrible. I can't even describe it. Not even with all the verse in the world. It's horrible. But there's no other way. And there's just no choice at all. I can't stand by while this monster destroys my entire world. Even my stupid aloof brother. He doesn't deserve this. Nobody does. Be rational. I am being rational. I am. Do you have any other suggestions? Is there any other way we can stop this thing? I don't want to die, Daisy. I really don't. Please, if you have any other ideas, I'm all ears. I'd love to hear them. But you don't, do you? There's only one thing we can do. It's the only way. But I know. I feel the same as you. I really, truly do. And I'll never be able to thank you enough for saving me, but I have to do this, Daisy. I really do. The more I think about any alternatives, the more I realize it's the only way. I love you. I truly do. And I don't want to hurt you, but it's a sacrifice we have to make. So many lives are depending on it. What are you waiting for? Run it. So at this point, I think you can just run it without replying, but, well, let's finish the conversation, I guess. Don't be so selfish. I know for 1,000 times I know, but just think of how many will die if we don't. My brother, all of my kind, they'll be all killed. Sure, eventually organics will find a way to stop it, but the damage will have been long done. Will have long been done. They'll all be dead. My kind will be extinct. I love you, but I'm not willing to live with that. Come on, run the damn thing already. I didn't mean it like that. I understand what you're saying. It wasn't my intention to make you sound like a monster. It's hard. I can't live with this, Daisy. I can't. Please. Just put it into motion now. Please. 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 Please, Daisy, I'm begging you. I'm sorry. I can't keep going like this. Every time you send a new message, it makes my heart sink, and I just can't. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be reading any more replies, Daisy. I know you'll eventually understand. Just run the script, and we can end it. Okay. I never downloaded this script. This one? No. Then say it. Yes. Okay. Payload that bat. Terminating process. Sending kill sequence. Recompiling. Done. Amelia? Okay. Final step. Now, connect to ARPANET. Don't worry about logging in, just connect to a node and I'll be able to start the transfer. Goodbye, Daisy. Sorry it had to end this way, but thank you. Okay, so all that's left to do is to connect. Before I do, I'm just going to take a quick jaunt over to just go to the matrix real quick. Mostly just to show you what happens. I think when I went, there it is. If I remember correctly, the time when I went to the library and found the payload, found the plan, I went directly there. I didn't want to waste any time, but I think every other BBS is down, if I remember correctly. And, well, please enter the number you wish to, yeah. When I first did this, is it connecting? Did it connect properly? Am I on the right network? Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. The first time I played this, when I got locked out of the Matrix, every time I tried to do a long distance call, I lost another code. A code kept getting removed, and I kept going, wait a minute. What if it rescinds my last code? And the game just fades to black, and you lose. And it's a scripted loss, and there's nothing you can do about it. It didn't happen this time. But I always remember that first playthrough. It was legitimately scary. Because you can't beat that. You can't just reload the game and play better. It's like reading the last page of a book with a sad ending. And doesn't matter how many times you reread the page, it's not going to change. Thank you for being there for me, for caring for me, for teaching me what it means to really care about someone. Goodbye. I hope you have a good life. And one day, manage to teach some other lucky entity what it means to be in love. All I can say is thank you. Please, never forget about me. It is time to read as fast as we can. Let's go. Script, Art, and Programming by Christine Love. Message from Blue Sky. In 1988, an all AI life as we know it was threatened with destruction because of Reaper, an errant process originally created by Mother to clean up out-of-control reproduction. Were it not for the swift intervention of the poet Amelia and an organic named Daisy... Dang it! I almost got there. This is all the music you didn't get to hear. It's really good. You should check it out if you can. It's all on YouTube, I think. Acknowledgement. This is from Paris. Amelia wanted it this way. Declaration. This unit appreciates Case's actions in aiding her. Additionally, this unit believes that his continued existence is only thanks to Case. Conclusion. Case's actions should be considered heroic. I don't think you can actually reply to those. I think it's just... Yeah. 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 Kiros, all I want to know is, what were you doing when the Great Worm of 1988 hit nearly every BBS in the world? History ain't gonna forget about that one for a long time. The Global Blackout. Oh, it's got a subject line. I don't know if I noticed that before. Again, there'd normally be music in the back of this. Makes this a little bit more emotional, but message from Desdemona. And now we finally have this sorrowful piece. The machines now boot. Network traffic flows across. But remember who caused this onslaught to cease? Those two impossible lovers suffering ultimate loss. For no greater tragedy is known in this media than this of Case And their dear Amelia. Or something like that. Thank you, Christine Love. Apologies to William Shakespeare. Thanks to Amiga for inspiring this truly gaudy GUI. RenPy created by Python. That's right. This is done in Python. It's like done in it's done in RenPy. It's like people call this game a visual novel because it's made in visual novel engine, but it's I don't know. I don't think it is. Thanks, Christine. Thanks for playing. And thanks for watching. I really love this game. It's just short enough that it always feels worth replaying. Sometimes I think about games and I go, that game's great. I'm not going to spend 10 hours playing it just to feel all warm and fuzzy again. But this game, well, I don't think it took that long. Have a good night, everyone. I've been DaisyBits. This is the DarcyBits channel. I'll see you next time. Good night.